その子たちは笑って死んでいった。これがイタチの真実。お前の兄よ。
You know what we should listen to? Some synthwave. We should lower down the volume. Yeah, no, we're chilling. How's everyone doing? Alright. Let's do this. We got everybody. How's everyone doing? Curry Sage, where do you go? How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? Fellow comrades and glitches in this matrix.
Just requested.
How's everyone doing? Yo, what do you guys think of that Joning ab routine? Synthwave, yeah, let's listen to some synthwave. I'm game with some synthwave. Alright, I actually might put this up like this. Here, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna set up here. Alright, we got 361. Guys, we are giving an insane giveaway, just heads up. And make sure everybody is here. Team 7, I'm actually gonna pin this right now. Team 7 to qualify. Qualify. Guys, don't spam me with questions right now. I'm literally typing something. Alright, this is gonna be fire. We're about to give an insane giveaway. People have no idea, bro. Alright. I need to pin this. Alright, it's officially pinned.
Alright, yo, accept the request.
Yeah, alright, hit me up.
Probably got 1,000 of them.
Big and he's officially glitch 69. He's actually the first glitch I'm having on a live stream, so this is gonna be fire. Not working with a tech point, bro. It's not working with a tech point. Oh, really? GG's. What a G. Yo, everybody smash a 1 if you like his shades. Victor's shades. We're getting all the angles. I think you have to go a little more that way so you can. Oh, no, that's. Yeah. Alright, fine. Yo, Victor, it's actually super trippy. Yeah, because it's like sideways.
Should I go straight up?
Yeah, 100%. But coming closer. Yeah. Alright, guys. You're getting 2 angles. This is insane. You're welcome. You're welcome for the incredible gifts. Okay. So they're smashing 1, so they like your shades, bro. They say you got swag. Yo, guys. So I'm going to do a giveaway. Whoever can accomplish that Joning ab routine and record it, post it, tag me. And whoever sees the craziest results in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to give them a grandiose prize. And we're going to talk about that prize later. Dude, I think people are not ready, bro.
I don't think.
All right.
Too much sauce, bro.
So, Victor. All right. Guys, make sure you share this live because if you want to win the giveaway, you have to tag 2 of your comrades. And you have to hashtag Team 7. That's how I'm going to look through the hashtags and find you guys. Make sure you screenshot it. Yeah, people are going to try to cheat, bro. I already know how it is, bro. Yeah, I already know how it is, bro. People are going to try to cheat. All right. So, also, I am going to be deleting this live in a couple days. I just don't want to shit out, bro.
Got it.
All right. So, Victor, tell people a little bit about you. Who are you?
Guys, my name is Victor Swishkovich, a.k.a. Glitch 69, a.k.a. codename Russian Poppy.
I like Russian Poppy.
I love it, man. Great name. Originally from LA. I'm born and raised, been doing internet marketing and entrepreneurship for the past 15 years.
Yeah.
Moved out of LA 8 years ago to Vegas. Was a dating coach for the #1 dating company in the world for several years.
Fire.
Then moved to Medellin for 2 years, and I've been in Puerto Rico for the past 3.5 years for obvious reasons for tax incentives.
Yeah.
But my specialty now is mainly internet marketing, an NFT project.
It says his voice is becoming a bit quiet. All right, guys, so here, hold on. Before we keep talking,
Let's do this.
let's not waste time. All right, so let's do this. Hit a 1 if you can hear me clearly. Hit a 1, and if you can, and hit a 2 if you can hear Victor clearly.
How can you guys hear me? You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, people are just complaining. He has to speak with his chest out. I don't know what that means. Maybe. Okay, so they can hear me. They said what?
It's all good.
Just bring it higher. Yeah.
I was just asking. You hear me okay now?
Yeah. That's better.
It's a 0.5.
All right, guys. Let's ask some questions. So I'm gonna actually give this to. I'm gonna let the community ask some questions for you, Victor.
Sounds good.
All right, Victor. So tell people a little bit what you do. What do you do now?
Now I'm mainly focusing on internet marketing, primarily focused on equity deals or rev share deals, generating leads to higher ticket offers. Right now, in the past 3 or 4 months, I've been focusing primarily on the financial services space. Last year, I did some NFT projects. I was also the #1 affiliate for Andrew Tate. Some of you guys have created for a few months until he unfortunately got canceled. But right now, I'm primarily focusing on internet marketing in the financial services space.
Soft flex, bro. #1 for Tate. All right. I didn't know you were gonna tell people that. I thought you were gonna keep that hush hush, but that's pretty cool.
Soft flex.
That is a soft flex. I wish I could say that. Anyway, so guys, that is Victor. Quick introduction, brief introduction, but necessary. He's gonna be Glitch 69. It's official. So nobody else can claim Glitch 69. This is officially taken. And yeah, you guys, if you guys are gonna ask him anything, feel free. We're gonna be talking about biohacking, business, relationships. So now it's your time to ask questions, guys. Bad mic. Who's got a bad mic? Is it? It might be you, bro.
Let's come off this mic. Look at this. How's this? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, like, dude, okay. So let's do this. Hit 2 if you can hear Victor clearly.
Let's go, guys. How's this?
Hit 2.
That fixed it.
If we don't get 2s, I'm not gonna keep going because we
You
can't
guys,
hear
can
you.
you hear me? I guess they're putting a big for something, but
Vic, can you guys hit the button? Hit 2.
type it over 2, guys, if you guys can hear me okay.
Yeah.
Or if it's faint, just say, I can't hear you good. Okay. We got #1.
Dude, people are not. Okay, 2. So they can hear you. Okay, so they can hear you. Dude, okay, so we're gonna actually go. All right, let's rock and roll. I don't think the mic is working. Guys, can you hear me?
Where's Zach at? Let's see if Zach gives constructive feedback.
Actually, let's hang yours up, and we're gonna just do audio here. It's not working better.
This audio's not on.
No, we can turn yours off. We're just gonna do mine, and we're gonna record on ours.
You know what I'm saying? You need the audio here. This is your mic.
But it's what I'm saying. We can mute both and just take this off, and I'm just gonna do it.
Okay. Let's do it.
That way, because now we're pinpointing. We're going back and forth. All right, guys. I appreciate the patience. All right.
Hopefully that's better.
Yeah.
Why louder?
All right. Hit 1 if you can hear us now. We got rid of the microphones. We are just using the audio of the.
I can't hear you, but the iPhone sound, not the mic.
You know what I think it is, bro? I think it's your camera picking up on the audio.
No, it's muted.
Oh.
But you know what we got now? We got plenty.
I think we should just do one live, Victor, to be honest. All right, guys. So while we're waiting, we can address some biohacking questions. All right, I think we're good, bro. I think they can hear us. Nate and Vic, is college a scam? I mean, it depends. What do you say? When you say college is a scam?
I think a college is a scam for a majority of people unless you need a degree. For example, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a scientist, if you specifically need some sort of certification, college is 100% the right route.
Yeah.
But if you guys are trying to be an entrepreneur or own your own business or do something of that nature,
Yeah.
I think that your $200,000 to $500,000 invested into your self-education and into trying your first business is a lot more beneficial than giving it to a college institution, a random college,
Yeah.
getting taught from random professors that haven't made it themselves. It's a little bit too risky for myself.
It's almost a little ironic. Anyway, My thoughts on college. I think if, for example, your parents are wealthy, right, and they're going to pay for everything, you're just planning on having a good time, by all means. Like, it's probably a good place to socialize. It's probably a good place to try some experiments. But if you are trying to pursue something, you're just going around in circles, right? Picking one degree and then another degree and then putting yourself in debt, then I think college is not for you, right? There's no black and whites. It's really tailored to the individual. So it's more of grades, and it just really depends. So you're going to have to be more specific. All right, next question. What 20% of biohacking gets 80% of your results? What 20%? Oh, okay. Great. That's a great question. All right, I'll let you answer.
Biohacking? I would say, for me, I would say diet for sure. Diet, the shredder, the shredder cords have helped me out, and for me, the sun cycle, or at least sun training.
Yeah.
For me, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm naturally a night owl.
Yeah.
Probably before I started training with Nate, we get maybe 1 hour of sun a week. So for me, just getting enough sun has fixed my circadian rhythm. I haven't had a normal circadian rhythm since I was probably like 18.
Tell because of your job.
Correct, yeah.
The nightlife, yeah.
Correct, yeah. Like before, when I was in Vegas, I was going out 7 nights a week. I would probably watch the sunrise for like 4 months straight.
Wow.
I would go to the gym
You're a vampire.
3 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was completely like flipped.
Amazing.
But for me, getting sun has been an absolute game changer in terms of sleep, more energy in the daytime, and now I'm able to do 2 workouts a day with you and feel great afterwards.
Yeah. I think, bro, we're gonna. I'm not sure. Tell Vic to speak like a man. Dude, guys, I think people can't hear you, bro. I think we should honestly cut that, bro. I'm being serious. And if this solves the problem.
I don't think it's it. I think it's just the mic.
Oh yeah,
It's just
of
the mic,
course.
bro.
Oh, dude, sorry guys.
Here's the mic, bro.
Dude, yeah, let's just close these. I was gonna use I thought this was off, right?
It is off. But I'm saying they can't hear you because I'm further away from your audio.
Oh.
You should just use your mic and pass that back and forth. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
It wasn't the live though.
All right, yeah, sorry. Okay, my bad,
You know what I
brother.
mean?
I apologize. But this actually looks kind of sick, dude. Look. Come. Then I'll let you decide. Dude, we're at 369. Dude, we're at 369 for the longest time, and people screwed it up. Dang it.
It's funny.
Yeah, okay, let's roll this way. All right, guys.
Plug it in and then we'll just pass the mic.
Which one is it? 1 or 2?
I believe it's both in. Let's see here.
We should actually retry this now with one camera, see how it works. Yeah. All
You
right,
guys
guys.
hear it better now? You guys hear me and Nate? It's good. Blue is the wind mode.
Where is Luke? Luke is at home
Making money.
making printing like always. Dude, he crushed that last trade, bro.
We've been crushing trades for the past 2 weeks. You guys hear us okay?
Thoughts on tattoos? They hurt. They're painful.
They hurt, but I have them, so.
Explain sun and moon cycle. Yeah, I'll explain. We can talk about that on the live for sure, but later. Cheap water filter. Okay, they can hear us better. Best routine for full body tendon strengthening. Oof, that's a good one, bro. I would focus heavily on dynamic stretching, and also what I would focus is on, and this, we were actually talking about this, right? Because I was telling Victor, because Victor has shoulder issues, and he's stiff, and it hurts, right? So there's a lot of pinched nerves, the tendons are weak. So what we're doing is we're focusing on a lot of movement, right, and rotation and dynamic stretching, but also we're focusing on the angles. So if you were to rotate your arm, right, in circular motion, but your fingers are pointing up, it's going to engage the nerves and stretch the nerves completely different than if the fingers are pointing down. So once you understand that principle and you use it with extremities like the hands and the feet, that's where you can incorporate the movement of the extremities like hands and feet with the dynamic stretching, and yeah, you would get an insane workout in 20-30 minutes under the sun. That would actually be a good sun cycle of training. Best workouts to strengthen joints. To strengthen joints, don't go heavy and don't do what people are doing. I would probably do sissy squats, assisted band, sissy squats, pistol slides, pistol squats, assisted pistol squats with the bench, assisted pistol squats with bands, and that's how I would train, especially with progressive overload. So, Victor, okay, let's talk about you. Like, tell a little bit for people like how we ended up to like clicking, like Not what exactly like what happened, but you're feeling stiff, tired, and you're like, yo, let's switch things up.
Sure. So I've done previous training in the past. Last year I got extremely overweight because I was just focusing on work and completely neglected my health.
And printing.
And printing, of course. And that's all I was doing, unfortunately. But I started training with Nate about 3.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Minus
the Colorado vacation trip, yeah.
And before that, guys, I'm definitely a more extreme case. I'm stiff as fuck. I'm Russian, so for any Russians out there, you have like these fucking wide ass bones. Not able to like touch the fucking ground. Not flexible whatsoever.
Yeah.
Now, like when I'm training, I'm able to touch the ground no problem. I'm able to put my hands flat. I think I don't know. To be honest, when I first started, I was like, bro, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could be flexible at all because I was just so fucking stiff, guys. Like whenever I tried to stretch, I felt
it was
like
bad. It was bad.
I
I came to visit him. We were like hanging out, and I was like stretching. He's like, "Oh, dude, I think I need that." And when he went to stretch, I was like, "Bro, this is bad, dude." I'm like, "Dude, if you don't stretch, bro, when you're 50, you're gonna really have a bad time." But tell people, actually, it's a great segue. How many hours do you think you've collectively stretched over your life?
So I'll give you guys this. Since before 18, I was in sports, so I probably stretched a lot more. Although I was never too flexible. Like I did soccer and basketball and football. But from 18 to 33, just so you guys know, I'm 33 right now. Probably in that time period, I used to think I was God in my 20s and that I never needed to stretch or anything. I used to think I was invincible. Maybe I'd say, and that's getting generous, 10 hours. The past 15 years.
Dude, that's so crazy. What he's saying is his existence on planet Earth has been very stiff and sedentary. That led you to believe that you could never be flexible.
Exactly.
Like, I remember you told me, like, bro, no, I can't be flexible. I'm like, dude, trust me, I know the way. Anyway, I'm proud of you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You should tell people that you went to LA, run some business with your business partner for the agency, and your mom saw you and said, dude.
Oh, yeah. So I went to my business partner's birthday. Shout out to Alex if you're there.
Yeah.
For the weekend in LA, my mom saw me. She's like, "Wow, you look great. You lost a lot of weight. I got a tan. Obviously, I'm getting a lot more sun. I'm getting sun every day, which is super important."
Yeah.
My business partner, every single person who saw me said, "Wow, you look great." My grandma saw me and she thought I got a facelift. So all in good feedback.
Yeah, dude. Amazing, bro. And that's only like 3 weeks, bro. In 2 months, bro, you guys are gonna see his before and after. You guys are gonna trip ass.
Crazy. And that's only 3 weeks. And 1 week we were in Colorado where it was freezing and it was stiff as fuck there because it was just so
Yeah, so what happened in Colorado is we actually went snowboarding, right? But then we all are also like challenging our bodies and our mind, and we're like getting in the snow, doing push-ups and like laying on the snow. And what happened was he didn't stretch well enough, and he already had an injured shoulder. So when he was cold, he did some push-ups, and yeah, something clicked. So now we're actually trying to.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah. All right, guys. Yo, I'm actually going to answer one biohacking question. Let's go. Oh, dude. Yeah, dude, that angle is so good. All right, guys. It's official. I'm going to answer one biohacking question. Let's go. Who do we get? Everyone in the chat, if you want to know what he's chewing, I'm pretty sure. No. Look at this. That's why you can't listen to people on the internet, right? They just assume. People assume. They have a tendency to assume. You can't assume. You have to ask. You have to be a student, right? I'm chewing Fallon gum. Do your research, nerd. Anyway, that's why you got to be you, bro. And you can't really go by what people say. Team 7. So yeah, guys, we're giving a cash prize, all right? It's a cash prize. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell people what the prize is, right? All right, dude, let's roll. So let's do this. If we get over 600 people, right? We have 412. If we get over 600 people, I actually want 700. 600 is such a bad number. That's bad frequencies. Okay, if we get 700 people on the live, I will tell people what the cash prize is in the gamification system to attain the prize. So that's just a side note. Like, we can keep doing the live and we're hanging out. Let's crank some music, bro. Some good. Live. All right.
guys still hear us okay?
Is it possible to bulk on a fast? 100%.
This guy's doing it right now.
I'm doing it right now. I'm actually, dude. I should show
Chill,
people, but
okay.
people, nah. That's, nah.
It's scary, bro.
Nah, that's bullshit. It's just like flexing. Steer the live boys. Tap water vapes, baby. Yeah, all day.
Yeah, tap water babes and sea oil, please.
All day. That's the NPC kit, bro. The NPC kit. Right. What are you eating? I'm not eating anything. I grew up on Naruto. Was that a good choice? I think it depends. For me, watching Naruto as I was a young fellow, it was really good. I think it was really beneficial. Why? Because I was in an environment that was very negative and toxic, right? And I feel like anime sometimes conveys messages and principles that sometimes humans try to attain or exemplify, but their lives are the opposite. Therefore, they seem hypocritical. But when one watches anime, it's just a pure essence of what one wants to be and what one wants to try to achieve, right? So I think Naruto is very positive for me. It encouraged me to work out, become a better person, 100%. Best way to get hair? Oh, dude, there's so many things. Okay, guys, let's ask good questions. Let's go. I played ball a lot with my friends. Dude, thoughts on cold showers ruining hypertrophy? Okay, so guys, Victor is the king of cold. Like, he will get in insane temperatures, bro, for long periods of time. It's that Russian in him. Tell people, what do you think, bro?
So after a workout, I don't know if you guys follow Andrew Huberman, but there's been several studies that says it kills your gains basically. So if you guys are going to be doing cold
I'm going to show Gage right there.
right there, baby, exactly.
All right.
If you guys are going to be doing cold exposure, I would recommend you probably wait 4 to 6 hours after your training, or obviously on off days. I do cold exposure before my workouts every single day. I believe it's a staple.
We're going to do it today.
Yeah, we're gonna do it today before our workout tonight. I just think it's essential for helping to build your discipline, and most importantly, help build your self-integrity. Because when you start going in the cold, your mind starts fucking with you, and it really helps your consciousness gain control of your actual vessel and clear out all those bitch thoughts. Whatever, oh my god, I'm gonna freeze to death, I might burn, I might hyperventilate, all this stuff. It helps you clear your mind, get in there, and relax. So for me, it's been essential to my success, and ever since I've been starting to do cold exposure, I've probably been doing it for like about 1.5 years now. I've been leveling up exponentially.
Do you think it's affected how much money you made?
I would say, because for me, it really helped build my discipline, but most important, like your self-integrity. And I don't think enough people talk about that enough. It's like when you say you're going to do something, you do it. It's like when I told you.
I've noticed that.
It's like
you say you're going to do something, you'll do it.
It's like,
I told Josh, I was like, I fuck with it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like when I told you I'm gonna start working out with people, I worked out 100%. I bought every single one. Everything, bro. I'm like 100% of it.
But people have this, dude. We're literally like biohackers in the gym, right? We're like just walking in there with all our gear. We look like
ankle weights,
juggernauts. People are like,
hair.
bro, what the heck is going on? SWAT's here. Audio, bro. They say the audio's bad. How to increase shoulder endurance? That's a great question. Okay, how do you increase shoulder endurance? So first off, you have to get rid of inflammation in the body, right? That's more important than actually the actual exterior output that you're trying to do, which is like stretch or dynamic stretch or potentially even hypertrophy, right? It's what are you putting inside? If you're putting foods that have, can we turn that on a little bit? Have highly inflammatory properties, it's very hard for you to feel any sort of agility without feeling pain, right? And then if you complement a healthy energy input with collagen, I would suggest 20 and 30 grams of collagen, right? Every day, which you've been taking, which you've noticed a huge difference, right? Okay, and then you combine that with healthy exterior rotation with bands, right? And then interior rotation with bands, and then potential dynamic stretches. And then you start moving the fingers, right? You start pointing to the left, pointing to the right. You feel how the nerves are engaging, and you just stretch those out. Over 3 weeks, my friend, you'll feel like a new man. I swear. What is your verdict on ashwagandha? I'm off of it. I've been doing my research lately, and I'm off of it for now. Does cardio kill gains? It depends. If you are a sugar burner, yes, it kills 100% your gains. If you're not a sugar burner, it depends on what kind of training you're doing. For example, if you're training for hypertrophy, right, I would probably be doing cardio once a week, maybe for a couple minutes, but mainly for heart health. I would not be wasting time running, dude, in the red zone. No chance. It's a waste of time. And they can potentially tap into the glycogen in the muscle, and then it gets depleted, and it kills your gains. But if you're trying to get shredded, you would have to push it as far as you can, the cardio, where it's intermediate but not super intense. Intense cardio leads to getting what? Fatigued, tired, hungry, like you're starving, right? So you're almost setting yourself in a hamster wheel of failure. Cardio, hungry, replace meal to make up for my cardio. It's just a stupid cycle to get in if you're going to lose fat, in my opinion. And I've done it. I've been there. I'm guilty. I've done it for many years. Thoughts on all raw primal diet? Better in a lot of things. What is? You didn't spell it right. I'm not going to answer that. Can I take your virginity, Daddy? No. You cannot take my virginity. The Matrix told me I have incurable skin condition. You've told yourself you have incurable. I'm not going to answer that question. That's negative. Source of book to start studying biohacking. Okay, so I've intentionally, people are like, dude, what is biohacking, right? And when I tell people, I'm like, dude, just Google it. And then they Google it and there's nothing. Well, people don't know what biohacking is, which is hilarious. I actually want to hear people's opinion on what they think biohacking is. Type it in the chat. I'm actually very curious. Yeah. How to recalibrate body metabolic? That's a long question, brother. That's for another time. What are your thoughts on martial arts? They're amazing. Fantastic. Every man and woman should train. Potion reveal. Dude, like, think about it. So people, I do lives once a month, or rarely, like a long live, and they like, what potion? Instead of being detailed, be like, hey, what potion can I use at night to
help me sleep better.
To help me sleep better, to help me digest my food better. But you need to be concise. Concise questions bring out what? Concise answers. You're asking broad questions, and then you think I'm rude for not answering them. All you're doing is trying to set me to fail and go on detours and rabbit holes, right? So step up your game, guys. How long to stay in ketosis versus glycosis? That's a good question, but it's too long to answer. Biohacking is the art of human longevity vitality. I like that answer. What supplement do you recommend daily? Zinc. Zinc. What would you suggest?
I mean, you know what I would suggest, but besides that,
Yeah.
I don't know, what do I take daily? Oh, Tongue Ali. Boosted my test by 250 points.
Wow.
After a month and a half.
Wow.
So that would be better.
Tell people about how you've been boosting yourself, how you're feeling, everything, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I kind of started like mini biohacking before I started training with you.
Yeah.
And I was just training like shit, just doing the typical bro workouts, blasting fucking Stairmaster, tired as fuck, hungry as fuck. But I don't know, I think like those mini biohacking combined with your new stuff.
Yeah.
It's next level, man.
I mean, you're looking better, bro.
I feel better, man.
Yeah, you look good, bro.
Everyone who's seen me before is just always commenting, oh, your skin looks better. Oh, you look so much more.
Dude, here's the thing. If a lot of people say something, you have to listen to it, bro. There's some sort of truth, right? Like the truth lies there somewhere. All right, so let's answer biohacking questions. How can you bulk and keep abs? So what I would suggest is cycling in and out of ketosis and just looking at yourself. Like I haven't weighed myself in, dude, years. Not years, no, because when I was overweight, I totally weighed myself. That's a lie. So I haven't weighed myself since I've been on my shredding journey once for a friend. He just asked me to be consistent, and I was like, okay, whatever. And that was months ago. Why? Because it's just, I don't want to base it on numbers, right? I don't want to be a bitch to numbers, right? Controlled by numbers. What are your macros? What are your bed? Like, nah, dude, I don't like that. What I like is look at myself in the mirror, see how I look. Be like, should I bulk more? Should I shred more? How do rigid stuff, rigid rules, settings. There's a sign. They look at the sign and they obey, bro. Like, people don't think outside the box. It applies in the training at the gym. You see it all the time. Like, I'll tell Victor, we're working out, like, you see that right there? That's wrong. Why? This, and that. If people don't sit down and think, they're like, okay, why have I been working out for 2-3 years and I don't have any results? Right? Like, that's an honest question. Because then you have somebody like me, not trying to flex, but it's a soft flex, got shredded in a couple months, right? So people can say steroids, people can say genetics, people can say this and that. At the end of the day, motherfucker's doing something different. All right, what is the difference between sun and moon cycle? So based off of our training, and whatever we talk about, you don't have to go into specific. Just what do you think is one of the bigger differences between?
Okay, well, obviously, one is the sun, one is the nighttime.
Correct.
Besides pointing out the
obvious natural resource that you get from Mother Earth. Got to get out there.
I would say the sun cycle to me is more stretching, more so setting yourself up and preparing yourself to training, 100% in the moon cycle, right? Making sure that your body is prepared, making sure that your body is prepared also to work throughout the day. And then when we come at night, we're fully warmed up and we're ready to hit it hard. You know what I mean? Because we'll sometimes stay in the gym for 2-3 hours sometimes.
So 2-3 hours at the gym right now. I'm doing a clean bulking cycle. It's very interesting because a lot of people saw me and I lost weight, my weight shredding journey, right? I focus heavily on being able to control my body. You've noticed that, good body control. I did that by not focusing so much on weights. It was focusing more on tension, focusing more on that connection with mind and body, focusing on firing those neurons, right? Because every time one does something, every time somebody does something, like if you punch or if you palm strike, boom, you're firing it, connection. So what did I do? I implemented that tactic of firing with bands, right? So I kept the tension the whole time, so it kept firing, bro. And that only in a couple months, 3 or 4 months, you get that really good connection. So now I'm grabbing the dumbbells and I'm engaging those dumbbells like I've never engaged in my life. Yeah. So, next level stuff. Do you think running 5K, 10K, half marathons? Dude, so avoid running marathons, bro. They literally kill you. Any potions for high quality sleep? Yes. Dude, okay, I'm gonna actually drop a potion. Let's do that. I'm gonna drop a potion. So for night, I would suggest always try to find a vessel that you can use that contains no bag, right? Because a lot of people think they get benefits from tea when they drink it in tea bags, but they don't realize that it's been highly processed, right? It has plastics, microtoxics. And actually, a Japanese tea teacher, right, once taught a principle. He's like, you never come in contact with a true potential that you can tap into plants unless you come in contact with a loose leaf tea. So based off of that, I decided to incorporate a tons of different leaves for different benefits into the gourd, and with the pipe filtering system, tap into that. That way, when I'm in a fasted state, I can still tap into antioxidants and mineral and magnesium. It's just genius. So I would do dandelion root, chamomile, dry rosemary, sliced fresh ginger, sliced fresh mint, cloves, and a cinnamon stick, and honey as well if you'd like. But if you're trying to really shred, avoid honey. Do shower, if not with tap water. I have filters. What's up, Cameron? The tea is #1. Yes, Cameron, guys, he's crushing it in Miami. He's also been losing crazy weight. Good friend of ours. So proud of him. Do you train more with weights or calisthenics or both? I hybrid train. Victor's seen it. It's intuitive training. It's based off of Bruce Lee, right? So I'm actually going to explain something I've actually never explained before.
This is sauce right here, guys.
Yeah, this is sauce. Yeah. All right. We got 369 when you said sauce. That was perfect. We got to record that screenshot. Dude, no cap. That's just amazing. Glitch in the Matrix. All right. How do you remove the metallic strong taste from potions? That is because your percentage of leaves are not in balance. Therefore, sometimes you can get a more bitter flavor or a more tangy flavor instead of a sweeter flavor. So you have to really play with the dosages and the quantities, right? I could make a potion completely different than you would, just like you would make a carrot cake or a red velvet cake. It's all in the proportions and quantities of how you do it. Anyway, that's a phenomenal potion. And you've been using this for how long?
Just
a couple days.
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, cool. Fire.
Are you gonna spit the sauce about Bruce Lee?
Oh, dude.
Don't forget about
yeah. Okay, so all right, so guys, this is sauce hybrid training. This is a concept I've never actually talked about, and I actually wasn't planning on talking about it, but I'm actually feeling in a good mood. So, hybrid training. Bruce Lee had a principle where when he would train, right? And you can see it in his body because his body is really defined, really tailored. You can see it's healthy muscle. It's very lean and agile. It's not muscle that's dense, and yeah, you can tell the difference. Anyway, he focused on intuitive training. So he would go to the gym and assess how his body felt and what his goal was. And based off of that, he would implement whatever he had at his disposal. So I said, and this is the realization I had when I went on my shredding journey, right? I was like, perfect. If I apply that same methodology, right, of Bruce Lee, and he did it in one area, which was his training regimen, I call it the trifecta of shredding. And I focus on cycling intuitively based on my goal. I love the name, trifecta shredding. You combine three or more aspects. Then you can start adding more, but it's 3 in the beginning. Bruce Lee focused heavily on what? On intuitive training with the gym. So that he focused on his body and his regimen. What I decided was I'm going to combine that with fasting and feasting cycles. And I'm going to combine that with energy input cycles, which is what I eat. And if I combine all those together, I can always keep my body not, because people plateau because they do the same stuff.
Yes, your body isn't used to one form of training.
So it's always in shredding.
Exactly. It always has to adapt.
So I haven't done this yet, but there's a lot of timestamps. I've gotten shredded in the span of 3 or 4 days, and people haven't noticed it. I'm going to post it later. Where like one day people are like, dude, you look fatter in this photo than you did before. Why do you post it? I'm like, dude, this was literally 4 days ago, and I got shredded in 4 days. Anyway, I'm going to start posting those before and after because people really don't believe that you can really like change your physique really fast. So that's cool. That's sauce right there. I'm actually going to type that in. I'm going to hashtag that. The trifecta. The shredding trifecta. All right. Boom. I can make a video. Guys, you were asking about the portals. I told you we're doing the portals if we have 700 people. So if we don't have 700, I'm not doing portals. You're out of your mind. Anyway, how can you lean bulk? That's a phenomenal question. So you have to study energy input. You have to realize that certain substrates of energy, right, contain less calories, yet fill you more than other substrates of energy. So when you realize that, you realize, dude, I'm going to tap into one that has higher calories, but makes me less full. Why? Because some people go, dude, I have to hit my calories. I have to hit my calories, and it blows because they have the wrong energy input. So that's the sauce. Do your research. Boom. Let's go. That was a great answer. If I do say so myself. We ain't gonna make 700. Then you ain't gonna get the portal, brother. It's very simple. Tap water or vape, boys. Dude, what? Can you please repeat the shredding trifecta, Nate? I cannot. This will be on the replay. It will be up for a couple days, and then we're deleting it. All right, guys. So we have a baller here, right? Like this guy makes money online. He's been making money online for years, and you can ask them anything. You have them at your disposal. So ask away. Make sure they're good questions, though. If not, don't waste your time. Oh, dude, I forgot a band, bro. Damn. All right. What should you eat if you're vegetarian? Eggs. Ashley, you don't have a girlfriend. Do you have a girlfriend?
I do not have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm actually celibate right now, guys.
All right.
Oh, God.
Let's go. Let's go. Switch chairs. Dude, what? Look, I'm going to listen to some random person. Daniel, what's up, Daniel? Guys, Daniel's a baller. Go follow him. What do you think about trading options? Break away from 9 to 5. If you want to trade, there's 2 traders I follow for a while. It depends on what style. So here's what I've learned with trading. You have to stick to 1 or 2 pairs, or 1 or 2 things, or 1 or 2, and you have to study over time. That's why Luke trades the way he does, bro, because he selects and then he studies, right? I would suggest Luke for crypto. I would suggest all the moon boys were like, yo, let's go long, and Luke's like, these noobs are gonna get wrecked. Anyway, that's a different story. Uncle Ted for Forex, he's phenomenal. All right. I'm loyal to Mr. Daddy Belmar, even if he doesn't look like Ronaldo the GOAT. The GOAT? Messi's the GOAT. He won the World Cup. That's all I'm going to say. Messi. Messi. That's all I'm going to say. What tip to grow social media accounts? Quickly for affiliate marketing. I'm doing it for Tate's too. Oh, so this girl's doing affiliate marketing for Tate, and she wants to know the #1 affiliate marketer for Tate, what he does. You don't have to go into detail, but you drop a nugget or two, or no?
Honestly, no.
No? Fire. I respect that.
I make too much money on that.
You know what we should drop sauce on? This. Because if people get this, bro, I think you should
100%.
understand this. And actually, what is here for this? And I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be back, guys. Actually, pay attention to this because we were talking about this in the car before our sun cycle, and this guy is a smart motherfucker. Yeah.
Let's get it. All right, guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I know my mic was having a little bit of issues before, so if you guys can hear me, just put a 1 in the chat, or at least type 1. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm about to drop some heavy sauce.
You should mind.
Cheers.
That's it.
Right? The dual mics, guys. We're mic'd up. All right, guys. So, one concept I wanted to cover today is a lot of people are just going through life. A lot of people are just kind of roaming through life, not really in control, right? And there's a concept I always like to explain to people. Everyone has 2 consciousnesses, right? So when you ask someone, who are you, right? Some people might say, hey, I'm Victor Smushkovich, I'm 32, but who are you? So people have 2 consciousnesses. One is me, Victor, the entity that is perceiving reality through this vessel, aka my body, and 2 is your mind body. So my mind body is obviously my body, my brain, also has emotions, also has a bunch of chemicals going on. So a lot of people, they're making majority of their decisions with their mind body, when in reality, they should be making majority of their decisions with their actual consciousness. Because for me, whenever I look back on all my downward spirals, or whenever I was in the wrong paths, it was typically me in the passenger seat and my mind body steering the way, right? On either pleasure, trying to find dopamine hits, either smoking weed, doing drugs, when in reality, my consciousness should have been in charge. So when you guys are making decisions, for example, like the ice bath, right? Why do I like the ice bath so much? It's because it helps me train my actual consciousness to be in charge, because when I'm about to jump in that ice bath, my mind body is constantly telling me, don't get in. You're gonna start freezing. You're gonna freeze, right? You're gonna start shivering. So it's very important that you guys, number one, are able to identify, right? The first step is identifying who's in charge, right? Is it your actual consciousness, or is it your body just telling you stuff? Another example was this morning where my body, I felt hungry, but in reality, I wasn't hungry. I just needed some electrolytes. So a lot of people would have took that, response or emotion and started eating something, but I took a step back. I understood that I haven't eaten, let's say, like 14 hours, and I understood that I needed some electrolytes, and I was able to prolong my fast. So let's take some questions here, guys. But that's a very important concept, which not a lot of people talk about, and it is very important. And for me, it's been monumental in my success and my ability to stay disciplined and keep my self-integrity. Where do I see the trend of online businesses going for the next 2023 and 24? I'd say it's going up, guys. I personally think that the economy is going to get a lot worse, especially with AI, meaning these mundane jobs are going to be eliminated or obsolete in the near future. So I think that online businesses, it's only going to be more important. I'm devoting, and I have been for the past 15 years, all of my time into online businesses. So I think that it is an amazing opportunity, and there's literally like thousands of opportunities to make money online. Let's see, Victor, what is the best skill I can get into to complete beginner in 2023? If you're talking about business is one thing, I would say master your mind. Try to really master your body, master your mind, and stay disciplined with something, because those skill sets will transfer over into business. I know a lot of smart people that aren't making a lot of money just because they're not disciplined, right? Or they're kind of slaves to their mind body, right? Because they're either smoking too much weed, they're going out all the time, they're popping bottles at clubs. When in reality, these guys have everything it takes to, let's say, be like a 8, 9, potentially 10-figure earner, but they haven't been able to master their mind. When you guys are able to master your mind and really gain control of your consciousness, or at bare minimum, understand who's making the decisions, because you guys are basically sharing your body, right? You guys have your actual consciousness and you have your mind body. So you need to understand who is making the decisions. I would say that that's the number one skill set. In terms of business, there's so many businesses to make money, guys. AI, I would say, if you guys are starting from scratch, they're probably your biggest ROI right now. That's going to be the future. Do you need religion to be with God? I don't necessarily think so, right? I would consider myself very spiritual. I wouldn't consider myself like a Catholic or a Christian or anything. But in terms of the past couple of years, I've just really accepted God into my life and accepted that there's a higher power. I definitely pray, and if you want to call it talking to myself or praying to or talking to a higher being, for gratitude and just accepting and being grateful for all the opportunities that have been given into my life, and even hardships, right? I think that you don't necessarily have to belong to one religion to accept God, as long as you believe that there's a higher power and you guys are grateful. I think that that's fine, but I'm no religious expert here. What book made the biggest impact in my mentality? That's a fantastic question. I don't know one book specifically, guys. I've just read so many. For me, I would say like the training of pickup is as cliche and as terrible that's just helped me out so much in just networking and being able to speak to people. Naturally, I'm an introvert. Naturally, I don't want to talk to anyone. I was a stoner my whole life, so naturally like shy. But for me, that was the number one thing that I'd say probably helped me, except for just reading books and stuff. What keeps me motivated, right? It's a great question. For me, I have a daughter, I have a family, I have a lot of people that I want to help. I believe that I was put on this planet to help as many people as possible. And me living in Puerto Rico, I get exposed to a lot of high-level entrepreneurs, and I can see their level of intellect and their level of focus. And I know that the sky is the limit for me. And I also had a pretty successful father, so I have a pretty big shoes to fulfill. So for me, it really is just working for my daughter, working for retiring my entire family, and working for helping as many people as possible, because there's a lot of knowledge to be spit, and really just waking people up from like the garbage mainstream media and all this other stuff that most people are sharing with you guys. Let's see. How much money do you need to move to Puerto Rico, in your opinion? I mean, you can technically move here if you guys are, I guess, broke, because they do have cheap areas. But if you guys are an entrepreneur and you guys are looking to move here financially, I would say at least 7 figures a year, maybe like at least 750K, a mil a year would make sense. Just to let you guys know, Puerto Rico is not only saving money on taxes, but there's additional benefit. I call it like AKA Shark Tank Island, where you just go to dinner and you have this guy just open up a new nightclub, this guy just bought a yacht. You're just able to network with such high quality individuals where I've literally, because I've lived in Puerto Rico, I've found multiple 7-figure opportunities, and I've made multiple 7 figures from just the connections of me living here, on top of all the money that I've saved in taxes. Net. The question is 7 figures profit a year. It's net. So if you guys are netting, yeah, if you guys are grossing 7 figures, it doesn't matter. If you guys are netting like 50K, do not move here. Yeah, unless you're netting 7 figures, meaning I'd say bottom of the barrel 750K. Ideally a million a year, then it makes sense. Thoughts on natural nootropics? I don't take them, I take something else, but I'm not going to go into that. Thoughts on sexual transmutation? So at the moment, I'm currently celibate. I kind of had like a little problem with going out with too many girls before, being a pickup artist and doing all this crazy stuff. But at the moment, been celibate for like 40 some days, and for me, it's helped me with clarity, helped me focus more. I've been on, I don't know, for me, it's really empowered me and helped me conquer a lot of things that I wasn't able to conquer before, because once again, my mind body was in control there, and I realized that I needed to conquer that. So I'm 100% for sexual transmutation. Let's see what else we got here. Thoughts on Phelan gum? It's good, guys. We chew it all the time. You guys know what mewing is? Yes, I did work for RSD in Vegas Immersion. But Phelan gum, yes, I recommend that. Best way to start a social media marketing agency? I don't have a social media marketing agency, so I'm probably not the best person to answer that question, or I'm not going to answer that. What is my verdict on cannabis? So, to be completely honest, I used to be a heavy cannabis user, meaning smoking all day until it's gone user. For me, it personally killed my motivation. I think if you're using it once in a while for some sort of creativity awakening, that is okay. I think everyone is different, but for majority of people, in my opinion, I don't think it's good. I think it kills motivation, it kills your discipline, and it really puts your mind, body in charge, right? Because your consciousness kind of gets complacent, and that is like, whenever I smell weed, I just smell complacency. So I'm not a big fan of weed, to be completely honest. Height, weight, and age. I'm 33, 6 feet, and I'm thinking like about 195 or 200. Do I do CPA advertising? Oh, that's cost per action. I mean, I did affiliate marketing before, or if you're actually talking about for CPAs. Let's see what else we got. When did I start business? I started when I was 18, guys. And I've been doing it for about 15 years now. How sustainability is 16 to 8 fasting. I think that is pretty sustainable. If you guys have certain hacks, like such as mineral water and potions, or at least tea, to help you subside those cravings, and electrolytes, those are, in my opinion, like the 3 keys to keeping sustainable fasting. So as long as you have those 3 hacks, or whatever you want to call them, I think that those are the biggest hacks that you guys could have for intermittent fasting, and it'll help you out a lot. How did I find my mentors? So I didn't really have any mentors. Luckily, I was just really good at networking, and I acquired that skill. And whenever I wanted to find mentors, or I had people that I wanted to acquire in my life, I would literally go to their masterminds, go to their seminars, offer them value in one way or another. And that's like, for example, how like I became a RSD coach. I came there as a student, became friends owner, was really good, and I became a coach. Same thing with Luke, right? How the hell did I meet Luke? I met Luke, we went to one of his masterminds in Tulum. I had some extra time, so I wanted to get a little bit better at ecom. He saw that I was on a level, offered him value, told him about Puerto Rico, and then we started becoming good friends. He moved out here, he stayed with me for like the first months, and that's how I acquired him into my circle. So I'm very intentional about people who I acquire into my circle, but just to let you guys know, like that's how I acquire my, not mentors, but my social circle. Also, that's extremely important, guys. Like if you guys are hanging around with a bunch of like, I'm not saying anything bad, but like if all your friends are broke or potheads, you're probably going to be broke or a pothead. If all your friends are making moves, all these guys are, 8, 9, 7-figure earners, you're most likely going to be leveling up as well, right? So it's very important who you guys surround yourself with. What offer did I to Luke? Told him about Puerto Rico. So let's see what we got here. Come on back here, brother.
You got 250.
250? Oh, we in there already.
Get the mic.
Good.
How's everyone doing? I had to go get some new potions, guys. We'll discuss some biohacking. Sorry, brother.
I'll tell you.
Here we go. All right, guys, I'm officially back. I had to take a quick little break, use the restroom, and also I had to make some new potions. My herbs were already getting a little bit boring. Great stuff, Vic. Yeah, guys, type in 69 if Victor just dropped some mega sauce for everyone. This guy, literally, I brought you the #1 affiliate marketer for Cobra Tape. All right? Top G. I still haven't done my public statement on Top G at all with this whole situation.
It sucks, man.
Yeah, it sucks. It's unfair. Anyway. 69, yeah. Crushed it, bro. Good work. So think about this, guys, right? If we understand the importance of the vessel and we understand that at a macro level, there are people that, in terms of their awareness, right, are more, have an advantage in terms of they know the principle that Victor just shared. And they're also aware that other people are not aware of that principle. And they take advantage of it and they manipulate. You have to be careful of those people. Those are the most dangerous people. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that. What are the benefits of copper cups? They're a lot better than plastic, my friend. I like silver. When I get the dojo,
It's all silver, right?
yeah, it's all silver. Yeah, first bro couldn't speak, but he's G. Yeah, but I only picked 300. It's gonna be badass. Only badass motherfuckers. I got #1 affiliate for Cobra Tate. Russian Poppy. Nate, besides the ingredients, how do you make the potion? What the fuck is a vessel? Wow. Okay. What is the vessel? So the vessel. The vessel is the receptacle, right? It's what contains us. A lot of people believe in spirits. A lot of people believe in energy. Whatever it is, it's residing inside, and the vessel is that which most people think is who they are, but they don't realize that that's just merely a tool, right? So the vessel is what contains you. It's the body. It's the human body, the human vessel, right? So, yeah, that's the vessel. And how do you take care of it? Because if you understand at a macro level that certain energy inputs are being thrown at you, right, marketed, shiny objects for people to chase, highly addictive substances like hyperpalatable foods, seed oil, sugar. Like when you understand the game at a macro level, you realize energy input is essential. So what do? You start consuming the right energy input, right? Successful people find more and more value in me every day. Congratulations. Yeah, dude, that's a great concept. Great concept, Victor. Best advice for chronic tendon inflammation. For inflammation, change your diet, bro. A lot of inflammation has to do with diet, right? It's internal. So when you fix that and you aid that, I would also, there's a very well-known I call him researcher, but he's really popular in this space. Very good guy, very knowledgeable. I look up to him in many ways. But he had severe tendinitis, right? Because of his age and because of marathon running, right? Which everybody thinks is the way to shred, but I think it's what kills you and shortens your lifespan. So I avoid it at all costs. Maybe one time to push myself, but nah, I think it's done. Anyway, this person, like, he developed tendinitis, right? And he said that it got so bad, it was so severe that he got to the point that he couldn't jump off a stair because he feel like it would snap. Yeah. So guess what he did? With all his wealth, he went to the doctor and he asked the doctor, he's like, okay, what's my solution? This is my problem. And the doctor, top of the best of the best, listen to your doctor, right? Well, anyway, said we gotta shave it off, put a cast in 7 months, you're healed up. And he's like, no, fuck that. So he started doing research and he realized the power of collagen. So he started incorporating collagen in his diet, 20 or 30 grams, I believe, daily. And he said in 3 months, that completely healed. Therefore, I would suggest reducing inflammation, increasing intake of collagen, and then doing dynamic stretching. I dropped some sauce. There we go. What are you chewing on to strengthen the jaw? You can chew on many things. How can I progress and be able to do flips? Like, okay, so progressive overload, right? So I'm going to give you a clear example of how one can progress, right? Think about it. A lot of people can only do 3 or 4 pull-ups. And what happens? They get tired, they get fatigued, and they stop. And then they come 2 days later and they do the same thing and they can only do 4. And then maybe in a couple weeks they do 5. What's the problem? It's just a slow process. But they're not killing the muscle, right? You have to destroy the muscle and then let it rest. So what I would do is I would do pull-ups as many as I can do, right? If I can do 10, perfect. Then I would stop and choose a way that I'm going to incorporate progressive overload. You can do that with bands, assisting with band, and crank out 5 or 10 more. You can do that with shoulder shrugs, right? Or scapula shrugs, or you could do negatives. So, or you can even do static holds, but you have to keep pushing yourself with a drop set to keep progressing, right? And that's how you're gonna see incremental gains. That's when you'll see in 2 weeks, you can do like 8 or 9, right? And then people, can you chew? Bro, chill, the girls. Do you recommend collagen and powder? Collagen, I would recommend algae. Like there's algae collagen that's really good. Powder as well, powder is pretty good. I do it in my coffees. Do you answer the affiliate marketing question before you left? You didn't answer, is there, oh, dude. I have no idea. I'm just reading what people are saying. But work on yourself anime style or stay with the girl. Dude, anime over girls all day. Anime all day over girls, 100%. How do you not overstress your body from training and fasting? You have to, it's intuition, right? You have to be very intuitive. And he's known, like he's seen me fluctuate and shift, right? I tell him, yo, we're gonna train really hard and we're gonna split it this way because of this and that. And I tell him, dude, honestly, are you beat? He's like, yeah, I'm beat, perfect. Let's focus on the opposite. Let's straighten that way we can sharpen ourselves for the moon cycle training.
And I have a lot of injuries too. I have shoulder issues, I have fucking bad back, tight as fuck, and I'm able to keep going 100%. So
yeah.
Just so you guys know, I'm definitely more of a severe case. I'm not like some like gifted god or athlete.
No.
I have a fuck ton of issues. I even got injured when we went to Colorado, and I'm still back.
Yeah. Yeah. And the climate change has helped in the team and everything. You think about it, like just the fact that you're able to shift your location that's drastically changed the way you feel. Right? So energy output clearly is important. How do you both? Yeah, I already answered that question. You're gonna have to look back at the video. We have to answer new questions. Will you ever drop a dynamic stretching routine? 100%. Guys, so right now, I haven't made it official, but I am already starting to scout people and recruit people in 300. I already have a few glitches. I'm going to be creating a biohacking center in a dojo, an actual dojo where people are going to come train with me. Location is undisclosed, but we're going to have a good time, and the befores and afters are going to be insane. So, yeah. Do you take care of your teeth? Yes. Yeah, I could do better. I need to do better with my teeth. Is the Patreon dead? So let's address the Patreon. The Patreon I was feeling inspired one night, right? And I decided, I'm like, you know what? I really want to do something special for the community. Because I've been dropping alpha, but I want to do something more tailored, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a portal. It was a quest for people. And I put a specific price. Doesn't matter. It wasn't a lot. For people to join. And I did it for 3 hours. I just wanted to see who had the disposition and the willingness to take action. And the people that did were rewarded with biohacking alpha for a month. I spent a lot of time, a lot of hours, a lot of time into that. And what I did was day 2, right? I paused the payments. Not even day 2, I paused it like 3 hours right away. Why? Because I didn't want to recharge everybody. I wanted to make it a free group. But I think Patreon caught on or whatever, and they like shut it down. So the money's still there. I'm going to put it to good use, though. Potentially with a giveaway, hint, hint, for my explorers. So that's going to be fun. Anyway, side topic. That didn't work. My operation to do free content didn't work. It sucks. I have a plan B. It's an action. It's my new IG account, Mr. Belmar with a 3. I'm going to be being hidden alpha there daily, right? And I'm going to be accepting 8 people first. No, I'm going to be accepting 9 people. Therefore, 3 teams of 7. And those are going to be free. The first 9 people that I'm going to accept into my IG account, and I'm going to be dropping alpha with them and doing lives. So that'll be cool. That's my way of bypassing what happened with Patreon. So I apologize, guys. I know a lot of you have been hitting me up, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's the Patreon ramble. I got charged second time. Wasn't expecting. Dude, if you need to get charged a second time, impossible, bro. If you paid twice because they didn't go through the first time. That's a new move, though. And a lot of people don't pay a lot, bro. Some people, like I put the thing and they paid like 10x, bro. I was like, wow, fire. Anyway, I closed that real quick. How do you reduce severe inflammation in the gut? So that's a great question, right? How do you reduce inflammation in the gut? First off, you have to realize that a lot of carbohydrates, especially the bad carbohydrates, right? The ones that are heavily processed, the ones that have chemicals, the ones that have sugars, right? Those combined with certain foods over long periods of time with poor digestion and then a sedentary lifestyle tend to lead to leaky gut. And also it's the habit of people drinking, right? And then eating at the same time, like drinking and eating. And that's harsh on the stomach, especially if you're doing Mountain Dew or Coca-Cola and then you're doing carbohydrates, right? Like you're literally just, the body's resilient and you're literally putting it to a test. If you really think about it, it's ridiculous. Anyway, that's how you do it, bro. Leaky gut, avoid the foods, avoid eating food at the same time with water. I would drink water before, then 15 minutes later, I would eat my food, drink as little water as possible, and then after that, 15, 20 minutes later, I would do a tea, a digestive tea. That's what I actually did to get shredded, so that's some alpha right there. All right, organic foods, yes, 10 out of 10. Do you recommend warm up before training? Always. Victor knows we always warm up. 100%, bro. If you think about it, some of the most looked up to, people even I looked up to, in the fitness space, both in the bodybuilding space and then in the what's the other category of fitness? Not bodybuilding, the other one, the fitness. No, I forget. Anyway, these 2 guys were the pinnacle of what people look up to, and they got injured in the shoulder, right? Injuries are very common. Therefore, I've decided that I want to mitigate that process by sharpening, right, the axe. Before I cut the tree and before I put in the hard work, I'm going to sit down and just sharpen. And then if I get a workout in later, I'll get a workout in later. But it's always training with utility and longevity in mind. Calisthenics, phenomenal. Aesthetics, dude, so I think first people should train for utility the first 6 months. You'll get shredded, right? But you train for utility. Why? Because you're setting the foundation, bro. And then out of utility, then it's what we're doing now, which is hypertrophy, building. People go for aesthetics to get injured. You feel me? Anyway, how do you prepare for all-nighters? It just comes with energy input. Energy input, and then also when I'm fasting, I can fast, be like 2 days, 3 days without eating, just go all day. Crazy. Do you make your own toothpaste? I should. Sometimes what I'll do is baking soda with coconut oil, and that tends to do a good job at cleaning teeth. I fast until 2. Wait, 1. Can you go to? That's too long of a question. The long hard day. Nate, what core exercise principles of training for utility? What would you say are some core principles like for training your core that have utility based off of our training? I actually want to put Victor to the test and see how much he's learned. He's been training with me for 3 weeks.
Other than bands, which I've never trained
Yeah.
my whole life, core training, I mean, you just, I mean, for me, I guess like one concept or one thing I have to accept is that like in order to get like these fucking kind of abs, you guys gotta do abs like fucking every 2 days. And, like,
Every 2 days or 3 days, yeah.
every 2 or 3 days, and it's abs.
And you hit it heavy. It's the core. And then I'll take cycles where I go off it. Or for example, when I was traveling in Europe a couple of months ago, right? I took a season intentionally because I was experimenting, right? I was like, it would be interesting if I just went on my daily life, right? Like doing what I do, normal, no crazy exercises, just dynamic stretching to be flexible. How much muscle can I retain after shedding all the fat? And people are like, dang, bro, you're looking good, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, I haven't trained at all. Like, I was just like, and now recently we started training 3 weeks ago. So it's been a very interesting seeing how the body just maintains itself, right? Because I remember gym bros, they can't go 3 days without the pump because they don't look like they're jacked. You feel me? It's kind of lame. Why do you stop ashwagandha? Do your research. Shilajit, fantastic. I love Shilajit. Any tips to increase blood flow? Yes. Hot and cold therapy.
I was just about to say sauna.
Yeah. Yeah. Get charged twice. Yo, Sam, whatever, bro, you got charged 2 times, 3 times, 8 million times. The value you got was infallible, and then the money is going to be given to 200 cents in Explorer. So hopefully you got charged 5 times, bro. How to sleep less but make it more efficient. Why do people work out only for looks? Yeah, people work out for looks. They tend to train for aesthetics, right? And when you tend to train for other people, right? You become very self-conscious, and you're always looking at yourself, and you're measuring. It's not a healthy mind state, right? The state of mind that you're in is just a disaster. So, yeah, that's what I suggest. Correlation to liver damage, yes. Liver damage, you want functioning organs, right? Every organ has to be functioning, clean, spot on, running like if you're driving a Bugatti, what? The motor has to work, the gasket, everything has to be in place. Same thing with the body, right? You die, like you perish, you cease to exist when your weakest organ gets out. So, yeah, it's fundamental to take care of it, guys. Like, duh. 101. Vessel taken care of, 101. Right? The weakest organ is a point of failure, and then you perish. How do you get rid of stretch marks? You have to not go so heavy, not grow so much, right? And then when you get them, what I would suggest is potentially using a body scrub for getting rid of the dry skin. That would help. And then realizing that, yeah, over time you go shedding and shedding skin, right? And then if you brush it off when it's dry, and then you apply vitamin E oil, then there's a high likelihood that over time it's going to look a lot better and not so noticeable. What do you replace ashwagandha with? Magnesium powder or other purposes, because my intention is different. Please drop an email address. Yes, the email address is Mr. Belmar. I'm not complaining, bro. I did get a ton of value. No, dude, I'm just being over dramatic here. Safe alternatives for shampoo, not using it. What protein do you take? I switch. I do different, but I'm not gonna recommend any brands because nobody sponsors me. Look like Morpheus in those.
I told you.
What shred board do you take? The black one or the blue one? Yeah. It's just a good. I like the shades.
What?
Nate, what should I eat and what should I put on my skin to get rid of eczema? Great. So you're focusing. That's perfect. So you first you have to focus on the energy input, right? there are certain foods that trigger that skin condition, right? So you have to study that and Google what ingredients people tend to, that people who get rid of eczema tend to intake, and start doing your research, right? Like you have to have this, I'm not going to give everybody all the answers all the time. Like you guys have to go do your research. Is whey protein ideal or plant-based? Ideally, you want to do a protein powder that has the least amount of ingredients as possible, that has the least amount of carbohydrates as possible, and that is by a reputable company, a company that you can trust, that you know the CEO's intentions are pure and that they're not trying to reduce the quality of the product for profit. Is raw beef tallow and raw honey good for skin health? What's really good for skin health is Irish sea moss. That's really good for skin health. I know he's seeing this so well. What? How do you research when you... Research is just years of research, guys. Thank you, my friend. I thank you for... you're welcome. Do you count your calories? No, I do not count my calories. I do not weigh myself. I'm not subjected to numbers. Thoughts on carnivore? There's good carnivore diets and there's bad carnivore diets. There's good vegan diets and there's bad vegan diets. There's good vegetarian diets. Dude, the list goes on. All right, no black and whites. Nate, dude, what? Thoughts on psychedelics? Most people should be more respectful of them.
100%.
Nate, how do you train in the gym while practicing Muay Thai daily? Okay. Thanks for advice. Was trying to be negative. No, dude, guys, only good vibes here. I'm not being negative. You guys, yeah, it's on Fuxitos. Yes, I agree. Do you have a potion that shreds fat? Yes. So what I would suggest is incorporating fresh ginger. So let's give a clear example. This is a perfect example, actually. So we have to first establish the ground rules, which are the health industry, the food industry, the fitness industry, right, has a lot of people that are very emotional due to their biases, right? And they're going to be avid preachers of those religious cults. One, as a student of the way, can't like be bogged down or tied down by those things, right? Let me give you a perfect example. People would fight over what's good, what's bad. For example, kale. A lot of people are like, dude, kale is super bad for you because of all the anti-nutrients. And then people are like, well, it's good for you. It's how does your body react to it, right? So ginger is a perfect ingredient to get shredded, right? So I tell you, try ginger. See how it works for you. And you start putting it in your potions. But guess what? There are people that with high intakes of ginger get insomnia, right? So is ginger bad, or is the person's reaction to ginger bad? You feel me? So people get super heated, like, ginger's good, ginger's bad. No, it's like, test it. Become a student, right? Like, let's not, like, get here all bickering and start fighting. Like, anyway, like ginger, try ginger. What do you use to clean your hair? Potions. Do you ever have magnesium spray for deodorant? It kills bacteria. The issue with most of the magnesium bars is they have other ingredients as well, not only the magnesium, so that's the issue. Now, if you just grab magnesium cream and you put a few drops of lavender, it would be really good for you. The problem is excessive lavender has estrogen, right? And we're trying to get rid of that as males, so you'd have to be wary of it. But yeah, you could use it as a base oil, if that's what you're asking. There's so many kinds of magnesiums. What kind do you use? I make my own magnesium powder. What are your thoughts on dragon fruit? They're good for you, not my favorite flavor. They're flavorless. Papaya good? Yeah, I think so. When you're traveling, how do you filter your shower water? That's a phenomenal question. We'll talk about that some other time. I believe raw meat better. Why don't you have a wife? Because first I have to have a girlfriend. Once you have a girlfriend, then you have a wife. That's usually how the progression works in the Matrix. So once I have a girlfriend, I'll tell you. What? Spring water. There's a video coming on that. What are your thoughts on THC, CBD topicals? They're phenomenal, in my opinion. All right. Do you think we should get somebody live or no? On?
You've got like what?
10
more minutes?
Yeah, 10 more minutes. All right, guys, so we got 10 more minutes and we're bouncing because we got stuff to do.
I got a meeting in 10 minutes.
Yeah. What's the best thing to cook in? Okay, perfect question. So when you're cooking, right, you have to be highly intentional of trying not to cook things first off in ingredients that have been highly processed. That's one, of course. The second is trying to find ingredients that when the meat cooks, right, it doesn't char the meat as much, because meat, when it's charred, it has oxidative stress, and that oxidative stress, if you break it down, it ends up shortening your lifespan. So I would suggest go to like healthy ramen broth, bone broth, coconut oil, butter. 50% coconut oil, 50% butter is a great combination. So yeah, that's my suggestion. How to improve skeletal health as well as tendon and ligament health. Dynamic stretching and good energy input. Yerba mate. So I'll tell you guys what I'm drinking right now, actually. I am drinking yerba mate. I'm drinking dry rosemary leaves. I'm drinking chamomile. And also honey. So it's a pretty simple one. What's your daily routine like? It's always different. Remember I said 5-7 day water fast, meaning no food. Oh, I've done a 5 day fast. What do you think about Ayurvedic? Yeah, it's better than conventional science, in my opinion. Do you consume carbs in rice bread? I consume the right carbs at the right time, and I cycle in and out of it, depending on my goals. How do you ensure to get all your minerals throughout the day? By taking what I decided I was going to take based on my goals. Nate, what do you eat 1 meal per day? What I try to get is a dose of eggs every day. Like, that's one of my goals, for sure, especially in clean bulk. Organic yerba mate powder is also good. Yeah. Caffeinated potion, mate. How do you get rid of ADHD and stress? ADHD is also, they've been doing studies, is highly correlated with inflammation of the brain, right? So if there's inflammation in the brain, they say that ADD, ADHD, schizophrenia, bipolarism is increased, right? And experience of the person or the dweller in the vessel is worsened. So you have to be careful of those inflammatory foods. It's really simple. It's energy input, guys. It's not rocket science. Fasting could be terrible for the body. No, fasting is actually phenomenal for the body. You're quite wrong, my friend. The issue is, how does your body react to a fast based on the programming that's happened over many years, right? That's completely different. Bro, spitting sauce, yes sir, it's years of research. Arm workout for skinny dudes, focus on hypertrophy and focus on, before hypertrophy, sharpening the muscle, right? Focus on sharpening the tendons on the elbows, the wrists. Why? Because a lot of people, and it's happened to myself as well, when one tries to lift heavy to impress other people and one hasn't really sharpened the wrists or sharpened the elbows, one is prone to injuries, right? Bro, answer my question, please, lol. Baki, say the question again, bro. I didn't read it. Team 7 qualifications. You have to, for the gift, you have to take a screenshot that you and your friends were on this live together. That's the qualification. All right, I think we might cut it, bro. Do you want to drop any last thoughts for people, bro, before we wrap it up? Guys, first off, what do you think of Butch 69? Like, this guy's a fucking G, bro. GG. G status, bro. All right. I think everyone's being silent, so I'm going to bounce. My fellow glitches, it has been a pleasure. I'm going to leave this live for a couple hours. If I'm feeling generous, perhaps a couple days, and it'll be gone. It will no longer exist in the Matrix. Peace out.